Hello students, today we will take up the second point, that is character. In our last video we did the first one, which was plot, and according to Aristotle, plot is one of the most essential element of a tragedy. He calls it as the soul of the tragedy. Now, coming to the second element, which is characterization, Aristotle says that there are four essential qualities of a character. First, the character must be good. Second, they must be appropriate. Third, they must have likeness. And fourth, they must have consistency. So, to begin with, we will first of all take up what does he mean when he says the character must be good. Aristotle says that the character must be good, and this is the foremost essential quality. He says the character must show that he is good through his words and actions, which reveal that his purpose is also good. Now, what does he mean by the word good? In the Greek sense, the word goodness implies a number of virtues. As for example, he must have courage, magnificence, temperance, liberality, friendliness, etc. Aristotle, good man is not good unless he is desiring specific, positive, good ends and working towards their attainment. Goodness, according to the Greek conception, lay not in endurance or humility, but in strength and intensity of a character. The characters must have grandeur, or they may be brave or upright, but they must not be weak, for weakness is not the quality which a character must possess. Coming to the second point, he says that the characters must be appropriate. That is to say, they must be true to type or status. As for example, a woman must be shown womanly and not manly. Similarly, a slave must be given a character which is appropriate to his status. Manliness would not be appropriate in a woman, and dignity and nobility in a slave. It is said that Aristotle lays down that the characters should be true to type. That is, they must have the characteristics peculiar to their age, profession, sex, or social rank and status. They must be true and appropriate representatives of the class or group to which they belong. Coming to the third point, that is likeness, which means that they should be true to life. The third essential of successful characterization is that characters must have likeness. That is, they must be like ourselves or true to life. In other words, they must have the virtues and weaknesses, joys and sorrows, loves and hatreds, likes and dislikes of average humanity. Such likeness is essential, for we can feel pity only for those who are like ourselves, and only his misfortunes can make us fear for ourselves. This in itself rules out perfectly good or utterly wicked and depraved characters. Such characters will not be like us. They will be unreal and unconvincing. So, the characters must be an intermediate sort of a person. That is, he should be a mixture of good and evil, virtues and weakness, just like us. Now, coming to the fourth point, that is consistency. Fourthly, the characters must be consistent. They must be true to their own natures, and their actions must be in character. Thus, a rash, impulsive person should act rashly and impulsively throughout. There should be no sudden change in character. If the dramatist has to represent an inconsistent person, then he must be consistently inconsistent. Aristotle, in this way, emphasizes the point further by saying that the action of a character must be the necessary and probable outcome of his nature. He should act as we may logically expect a man of his nature to act under the given circumstances. Just as the incidents must be casually connected with each other, so also the various actions of a character must be the necessary and probable consequence of his character and the situation in which he is placed. They must be logically interlinked with his earlier actions and must not contradict the impression produced earlier.